Seeing our favorite actors in their off time is always a treat. As one might expect from a show with the level of violence and gore depicted in Vikings, the performers wear a lot of makeup, unusual clothes, and distinctive tattoos and hairstyles, making it hard to picture them in their natural states. What if you already met them while relaxing in a park, buying in a mall? Want to take a peek? Let us all watch this. As the episodes go on, we meet more and more different kinds of characters who are put through their paces as ambition and new ideas shake up society. All the Vikings, you know, only their distinctive look, but some of them you would never recognize in real life. But have you ever thought about what these Vikings really look like in person? Here we are fulfilling your wish to see your stars off screen and what the characters of Vikings look like in the real world. You will be surprised by the results. Alexander Ludwig as Bjorn Lothbrok. Fans of the show Vikings have seen Ragnar Lothbrok's firstborn son change from a serious mama's boy to a badass who can kill a bear as his character gets older. Actor Alexander Ludwig has gone from having common hair and a peach fuzz beard to having a shaved head and a fierce raiding beard. Ludwig has a beard in real life, but he doesn't walk around California with a Viking ponytail as long as his waist, unless he can magically hide it under his hats. Still, he looks like a mighty Viking that you wouldn't want to mess with. The king of Kattegat is Bjorn, also known as Bjorn Ironside. He is the oldest of Ragnar Lothbrok's many sons and the son of Ragnar and Lagertha. Also a very handsome man in real life. Ludwig has been acting since childhood, even though he didn't play the young Bjorn in history's epic series. Nathan O'Toole did that. Ludwig is best known for playing Will Stanton in The Seeker, The Dark is Rising, Seth in Race to Witch Mountain, Braden Higgins in Grown Ups 2, and Shane Patton in Lone Survivor. Along with Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson, he won an MTV Movie Award for Best Fight for his role as Kato in The Hunger Games. This role also won him a Teen Choice Award for Choice Movie Villain. Still, Ludwig is best known these days for his growing role as Ragnar Lothbrok's oldest son on the TV show Vikings. This role has already earned him a Golden Maple Award nomination for Best Actor in an American TV show. Travis Fimmel may look like a Viking king with his blonde beard and striking blue eyes. Still, the actor and model are not from the Northlands of Scandinavia. Instead, he is from Australia and grew up on his family's farm in Utica. He wanted to be a professional Australian rules football player before he wanted to do anything else. This is partly why he has such a beastly body on the battlefield. Ubbe Ragnarsson is Ragnar Lothbrok and Aslog's first son. He is the second oldest of Ragnar's sons. Without the tattoos on his face and the other things that make him look like a Viking, it's hard to tell who he is. He also has a Viking body because he goes to the gym every day. He was lifting weights when a talent scout happened to see him. The scout sent him to California with only $60 in his pocket. He was hired immediately by LA Models and later got a perfect deal with Calvin Klein worth more than 6 figures. Alex Ho Anderson, Ivar. Alex I. Anderson rarely grows a beard, just like Ivar the Boneless. Anderson, on the other hand, keeps a fairly regular Euro cut, which is different from his character's more dramatic Viking cuts. He also doesn't look as scary and unpredictable in real life. Instead, he seems more like a Viking model than a child killer. Anderson's legs work fine, as you probably guessed. Ivar Ragnarsson is the youngest son of Ragnar Lothbrok and Aslog. He is also known as Ivar without bones. Most people didn't like him, so he might be the most controversial character. But in the end, he shows who he is. Could you still tell who he was? In addition to Vikings, Anderson played Victor in Outsider, William Iverson in Tvillingern and Jule Manden, and Floki Tjelle in Hedenstead High as a guest star. He has also been in 2 short films, Deland and Colt on the Top, and the Danish war drama A War, nominated for the 88th Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. So it's safe to say that Anderson is probably the Vikings cast member who resembles a real Scandinavian. But before we continue to the other characters, please do not forget to click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and tap the notification bell for more updates and videos like this one. John Kavanagh the Seer. The Seer from Vikings is a blind oracle who wears a lot of makeup, has no eyes, always wears a hood, and spends most of his time in a dark, damp hut. You probably won't recognize him from anywhere else, but even if you could see the real John Kavanagh behind the makeup, you might not know him from anywhere. Kavanagh, who doesn't look ugly at all, has been in a lot of movies that you wouldn't admit to having seen, like Florence Foster Jenkins, The Great Wide Open, The Stag, and In Secret. Looking closely, you might recognize Kavanagh from small parts in bigger movies like The Black Dahlia, Oliver Stone's Alexander, Sweeney Todd, and Braveheart. He also knows a lot about acting on stage, from Shakespeare to The Aristocrats. He has also done some voiceover work. You can see Kavanagh under the Seer's makeup if you look closely, but you have to look closely. but it's best not to know if Kavanaugh likes it when the Vikings actors always lick his palm. Gustaf Skarsgård, Floki. Even though he seems far less menacing in person, Gustaf Kasper Orm Skarsgård is one of the few authentic Scandinavians in the cast of Vikings. Skarsgård keeps a clean, shaved, professional appearance like the rest of his actor family. In contrast to Floki's legendary beard and trademark sobbing makeup, he looks far from sane. Gustaf Skarsgård would be the third best Skarsgård if we were to do such a thing. Stellan Skarsgård Sr. is by far the most well-known member of the family. He portrayed such roles as Professor Gerald Lambeau in Good Will Hunting, Bootstrap Bill Turner in The Pirates of the Caribbean, and many more. Jenny Jacques, Judith. Actress Jenny Jacques is Judith from the show Vikings, if you took off her medieval royal dress and put her in some modern clothes. Little seems to be done to truly change Jacques' appearance for the show, other than making her look like she has to apply her makeup in a poorly lit castle. Hence, the period is the only real difference between the character and the actress. As such, Jacques is no stranger to historical drama. You may recognize the actress who plays Judith on Vikings as Annie Miller, the famous model who sat for pre-Raphaelites like Dante Gabriel Rossetti. In the excellent BBC series Desperate Romantics, William Holman Hunt, John Everett Millay, and others. She is a strong supporter of the Epilepsy Society. She has recently participated in an open water swim and a Spartan sprint to raise money for the organization. Clive Standen, Rollo. Rollo is, or was, infamous for going wild, shifting the tide of battle, consuming magic mushrooms, and having a penchant for seducing ladies. It makes him one of the most dangerous Vikings, and he always looked the part, a bear-turned man with long dark hair and a thick beard. Clive Standen is less intimidating in person since he keeps his hair and beards neat and clean. Don't be fooled by the lack of stubble on his face. You wouldn't want to challenge actor Michael Standen on any battlefield, Viking or otherwise, given that he has been riding horses, jousting, and sword fighting since boyhood. A formidable actor with a wide range of talents, including tumbling and modern dance, he has appeared as Gawain on Camelot, Ed Vistors on Everest, and Brian Mills on Taken. Though Standen can appear to be a ferocious berserker, under the influence of magic mushrooms, he is essentially a giant softy. Standen, a father of 3 children, boasts that he is not only a skilled warrior, but also an expert tickler. He proclaimed to the public, "I'm a demon tickle monster. When I put my children in a tickle lock, they can't get free," tickling in the style of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He is an expert on American Girl dolls and knows all there is to know about American Girl dolls. To be sure, this sounds like Rollo, at least after he became Frank. So what do you think? Have you met them before? Are there some Viking characters you can add to the list? Let me know your thoughts and comment down below.